Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast. I am your host, Sid Patrick, with my wonderful sidekick, Miss Alicia Nicole.
I'm back.
She is back with us. She is off her working trip, and she is here to have some fun.
I am here for a very long time. I don't have to go play with animals for a while.
For a while?
Well, I did play with a lot of dogs today, but I was at the country's largest dog convention.
Really?
Yes, in Orlando, which is where I picked.
They have a lot of dogs. I've seen the men there. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. No, I met this Brazilian doctor. He came to the booth.
Yeah.
And I had to walk away. I couldn't talk to him straight face because his shirt was like unbuttoned, really, really low. He had like several tribal necklaces on, long hair, very, very contoured. He had like beads going through the hair, tight leather pants. And I couldn't talk to him. I made our doctor talk to him because I just couldn't keep a straight face because I was about to say, like, would you feel more comfortable if you just undid just one more button, Michael Bolton, just go for it. And I stepped away and I said to the girls, I was like, I can't do this straight face because I know if he steps away from that booth, I am going to see over the knee boots that he has on that probably have a significant heel to them also over these like tight leather pants. Sure enough. Yeah. Over the knee boots with a studded belt. And the girls were like, he's never worn that outfit in his life before because everything was like very crisp and new looking, but he was feeling himself.
Well, hey.
And good for him. He's out there healing animals with flair.
Well, that's good.
I like that.
Well, that's good. He was feeling it.
So
that's good.
And he was enjoying it. Yeah, and that's what it's about. He was having a good time.
Yes, he was. So that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, tonight is the first part of our minor arcana and reading the tarot cards. I'm gonna give a few more minutes to see if a few more people will log on. But as always, if you missed tonight's course, you can always go onto the YouTube channel. Please subscribe when you do, and you can catch up or learn. I'm gonna leave. They will be there for forever and ever, as long as YouTube allows them to be there. And you can follow. This is a free tarot lesson class that you can follow. So once again, hello, Gwen. You made it, love. Hi. So again, this is something that I'm giving to you. This course used to cost. It was 7 weeks. It was once a week for 7 weeks. But I am giving it to you guys free because I want to teach a master class. So I kind of want people to learn about the tarot first. And a lot of this information you can find online. When you come to the class, I will give you I will download this book for you, and I won't download it for you. I will send you a copy of it in your email, and you'll have it. And it has the websites. I do think the main website is down. But I pulled the best information from it, and it's all referenced in the book so that you can continue to study and learn and look. But I really wanted to get this out there so you too could learn tarot.
Is it tarot or tarot?
Her. It doesn't matter. Okay. Tarot, whatever you call it.
I'm learning with everyone else.
Which dialect?
Okay.
Tarot. It's like, Amen, amen.
Okay.
What do you think is the correct one?
Milk.
Yeah. What do you think is the correct one? Amen or amen?
Amen.
It's amen.
Amen.
Amen is actually the correct, because it's amen. It's so think of the and all the stuff is so it's
when you say
sound.
It's
the sound, because prayers are not the words, it's the sound. The healing comes from the sound of the prayer.
When you say
and the rhythm.
Amen, it sounds too almost like it's evoking more of that Middle Eastern
energy.
And
that's what prayer is supposed to do. That's how it heals.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really mean your prayer, you should say amen instead of amen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learn something all the time.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Do you say crayon or crayon?
I say crayon.
Crayon.
Mm-hmm.
I learned today that I've been, after living here for almost 13 years, I pronounce it Bonnabelle.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be Bonna.
Actually, let me tell you a funny story about It's actually Bonnabelle.
It is Bonnabelle.
And
Okay.
I know that because that street was named after my middle school teacher. Her name was Bonnabelle Lacey.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
She is from Metairie, and that street was actually named after her.
She must have made quite an impact.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember because it was her name, and that
Yeah.
was Big Street in Metairie, that was street was named after her.
Huh.
Her family.
And I still
I can't even remember what she told, but she was one of my middle school teachers. Yes. I remember that story from school. So yes, that was many years ago.
Pronunciation matters.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
So anyway, that was a little interesting trivia. Speaking of trivia, let me give a shout out this coming Tuesday night at, what's the gumbo place?
6:30 at Chef Ron's.
Chef Ron's Gumbo Shop on Causeway. I kept saying Joe for some reason. It's Chef Ron's. I was trying to, because I got somebody coming to me. I got few people coming to meet us. So Chef Ron's Gumbo Shop on Causeway. It's going to be true crime and paranormal trivia night. We will be there.
I actually have a dinner with horses that night. Yeah, I know. I just remember that.
The one that I count on to help me.
I know. I was just gonna say, how else are we gonna win?
Well, now I know where you're going to dinner. You better now. I know where you're going.
Maybe.
To dinner. Because it is a restaurant.
Yes, it is. Maybe we could move it there.
Right.
My company's paying for it. I mean, that would be kind of friggin' awesome
right.
if suddenly we changed the equine dinner to equine and true crime.
So I did not, and guys, I mentioned during the week that me and Trendy are going to be doing an event, and I still haven't signed a contract yet, and I still haven't closed the deal, but it is going to be a place where they're going to be horses. So I wanted to say that it's an event that we're trying to hold on March 30th, and it's going to be a Mimosas and Mediums, and it's going to be in a stable.
Okay,
It's in a stables full of horses and.
Is it in New Orleans?
It's in Chalmette. And it's a venue in Chalmette, and there's horses and.
I know where you're talking.
What is it? It's the name of a place.
Nola Animal.
Nope. It's a wedding venue.
Really?
And they got horses and a chapel. And
horses have great energy.
I know, and
they're the one animal that can actually read a person's emotions.
Yes, equine therapy. Yes. So it's going to be a Mimosas and Mediums. I have not signed the contract, but I'm waiting to close the deal. But we're trying to get it at Abbey Rose. I'll tell you. I promised I would tell you. So I'll tell you. We're trying to get it at Abbey Rose. I have not signed the contract. That's why I have not posted it yet. But it is going to be a Mimosas and Mediums from noon to 3:00, and it will be in Violet. And it's going to be on Sunday the 30th. From noon to 3:00, and it's like, if y'all have ever been there, it's like it's got a chapel, and it's got a gigantic stable was where they have all the reception area.
And there's something very therapeutic about spending time with a horse. And if you can hug a horse, honestly, it is one of the greatest, most healing feelings.
And there's a lot of good energy there, and so so you'll get a light brunch and one mimosa, and there'll be an open bar. You can go buy more, but
don't get drunk and don't walk behind the horses.
Right, yeah. So we just try to be respectful. We all going to get one. It'll be like a light lunch with a mimosa, and then you can buy more. But once you don't, it's going to be the show will be about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we'll be an introduction and a goodbye. But we got the room for 3 hours.
Nice.
We got to give them time to clean up, the space.
Yeah.
And there's even a chapel. They have a nice chapel. You can put everybody in the chapel.
I like that.
So
I'll be there.
Mm-hmm. It's on a Sunday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's what we're trying to do. We have not, I have not signed the contract yet, so I really wasn't supposed to admit it. And I got to change the description of tonight's podcast, which I did not do. This is the
Cups night.
I know. I got to update it. Cups Minor Arcana.
Oh, it sounds so professional. It sounds like a song.
It doesn't even recognize Arcana. But that's how you spell it, right?
As a dictionary.
There we go. Update all titles. There we go. So let me update the title. So anyway, so please, if you're following us on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're following us on TikTok, please hit the little hearts. If you want to gift us, you can gift us, but more so the hearts. So give us some good stuff. I do not have the Magni's laptop here, so I can't see if you leave any comments on YouTube, but you can leave us some comments on. Hey Susan, you can leave us some comments
on
Facebook and YouTube, because Susan just left us a hi.
Oh, nice.
On YouTube. All right, so let's get rolling. Since I have some people in the room, I got 9 of you guys, so let's get rolling. We're going to move over to the PowerPoint. The Cups of Tarot. All right, now guys, if y'all miss any piece of this, if you go to YouTube, all these lives are saved, and during the week I do a lot. I did a couple of the Word docs that go along with this. I saved the main things for the Wednesday nights, but I do a little bit of talking and stuff and that on the nights in between that I go live. Also, the last night, Magni has figured a way that and this is going to help for numerology too, that he's figured a way that he can have 2 cameras, just like you see the cups up here. There'll be a camera that goes down and a camera that looks at me, so you'll see me and Alicia, and a camera down, where we're going to be able to do some readings.
Mm-hmm. By then, I will even know what we're doing.
Right. So
I'm learning with y'all tonight.
So we'll be able to do readings. They just say rant. They don't say, like, all they're going to say is like Sunday night rant, or Susan, all they're going to say is like Sunday night rant. Like the last Sunday night rant, I did bring up one of the pages. So it's just some of those lives will have that. So it should be on YouTube live, on the live, not the shorts, but the lives. Okay. All right, and I will go check them before I come back. We come back next week, and I will try to see what numbers they are, and I'll give you the exact numbers. All right, let's get started here. So the Cups of Tarot. Oh, and before I do that though, and everything is is in this book, Tarot with Sid, the whole story. So when I do the class, the advanced class, the master class, that you will have to come to me. I'm going to try to do it online too. You will get a copy of that, not the book. You'll get downloaded to your email all the pages. So you'll get a copy of all these PowerPoints as well. All right. So let's see here. All right, the Ace, and I'm going to show everybody. This is the Ace of Cups. This is the 1. So remember, the numerology of 1 is about beginnings. So upright. The Ace of Cups is contentment, abundance, fertility. As the aces represent new beginnings and the cups represent love, emotion, and family, it is not surprising that the Ace of Cups suggests the start of a new relationships, or perhaps family relations growing closer. This card also sometimes portends marriage or childbirth. No, let's not do that. Traditionally, feasting, opulence, good news, birth, kindness, and love. Reverse, the opposite of upright for the most part. Relationship is in decline, possibly pretense of affection for underhanded reasons. A hoped for relationship fails to gel, perhaps because it's one-sided. When looking at health issues, be wary of digestive or reproductive disorders. Traditionally, erosion, instability, sterility, and falseness. Its general element is water, and the ace relates to beginnings and opportunities. And the reason why it's opportunities is, notice the hand of God coming out of the clouds. All the aces have that. So all the aces stem with opportunity.
Okay, so because I am learning tarot along with everyone else, when it is reversed, that means when you pull it it's upside down.
In one of my videos, I talked about that. So that's what they tell you in the book, but I don't believe that. I call reverse is when I feel negative.
Okay.
So because people shuffle and mix cards, and sometimes you get a brand new deck, and you're not, and if I just shuffle like this, I'm not one of these flipper things.
Right.
So they may not change much unless somebody really mixes them. So I usually, when I read, if I feel something's reversed, is if I'm feeling something negative about a pile.
Okay. I got
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
If
yeah.
I'm feeling a negative vibe about something, but reversed by the book means if the card is turned upside down. But it depends on you. It's how you read. You have to develop your style. And again, all of this has symbolism. The hand, the chalice, the dove, the lily pads, all that is all, and the water, the emotions, all that has symbolism, which we talked about last week when we were doing the major arcana. The two of cups. I like to get you on. Yeah, I know y'all can probably see it better on the screen, but I like to hold the card up as well. So upright, it's love, it's friendship, it's harmony, it's union, it's relations between the sexes, sincere and mutual affection, a card of balanced and equal relationships. Now, guys, what I want you to understand, especially when we get into advanced reading, if this card comes next to, say, wands, then it's about business. It's about a business relationship. If it gets next to a bunch of swords, it's more about the balance of a legal case, possibly, or a health issue, depending on what that sword's telling you about. Because sometimes so you have to remember that when you're reading your cards, you're looking at like the cards around them as well. Like what are the cards trying to tell you? And so you're blending the energy as you're reading it, and that's just an example. So love, friendship, harmony, union, relation between the sexes, sincere and mutual affection, a card of balanced and equal relations, possibly a card of engagement and marriage. For established relationships, it may mean a reconciliation is coming or has occurred. Traditionally, love, attraction, passion, kindness, betrothal, partnership. Reverse, the opposite, relationship problems, disappointment, disinterest, disharmony, imbalance, perhaps divorce is on the horizon, lust without love, infidelity is possible. Traditionally, jealousy, conflict, separation, illusion. Its element is water. And the twos relate to choices and balance.
Are all the cups element of water?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, because that would make sense.
Yeah, because they're emotion, and most of them are ruled by the moon too, because they're emotions
and water.
Right, and water. So yeah. All right, the next one is the three. Oh, there it is.
Okay. They have three cups.
The three of cups. Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The three of cups.
So I just got my first tarot set, and I was on Facebook, and there's apparently some company that's been going out of business for years upon years. Sorry, I'm gonna promote my first tarot card set. I am obsessed with this movie from the 70s, The Last Unicorn. I cry every time it's done. It's a cartoon movie, but it's one of those like deeper thematic things about life. I encourage everyone to watch it. And so I got a tarot card set of The Last Unicorn, and I am I honestly don't know why you still have me on this show with you, but I'm thankful and grateful. Because let's just be honest,
she's rogue.
I'm rogue, and I'm not.
But you know what I tell you guys, I agree that you should venture into the cards you're comfortable with. Yes. But I think to learn the tarot, you should always start with Rider-Waite. Once you learn all the meanings, numbers, and you get used to the photo pictures, then venture out, because I'm looking at your deck. Your deck is pretty similar.
It's similar, and what I'm excited about, look, there's 3 cups in the Three of Cups.
But it's supposed to be. Yes,
and I love this.
But in some decks, some decks are very abstract, and I think that with the Rider-Waite, the colors are also very significant. I mean, the unity, the colors, the vibrations. The colors in
this, they all are
there's meaning to everything.
There's meaning to this because these are all what you can make from those 3 colors.
These colors the colors in the pictures here will take you places, and because they're so different, and everything has a meaning. So upright, successful, conclusion of the matter, perfection, happiness, fulfillment, joining with friends and family to celebrate good times. Traditionally, merriment, victory, fruitfulness, achievement, abundance. Reverse, not so much, opposite as feeling the consequences, a hangover from all the celebration, the results of overindulgence, possibly growing weary of the party scene. Traditionally, excess, overabundance, conclusion, accidents. Its element is water. The threes relate to creativity and fertility. Remember numerology, threes are creativity. All right. And the Four of Cups. Now, what's really cool about this, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Four of Cups as we get into this, but maybe a little more that might not be on here. So, upright, this is boredom, blessings taken for granted. And I'm going to tell you how they get that. Daydreams of something newer and more exciting. Perhaps a warning to either appreciate what there is or move on. Care should also be taken to avoid escapism through alcohol or drugs. Face the situation at hand and deal with it. Reverse is taking action to alleviate the boredom or pursue the daydream. Moving on, if good things are unappreciated or being left behind. This might not represent a favorable result. If the past situation was unsatisfying or unhappy, moving on may be the best choice. Its element is water. The four relates to structure and foundation. Remember, that is numerology.
Is this more of a negative?
So look, card? It is, but look at it. But look at it. Yeah. So watch why is it a negative card? Look at that picture.
The general sense of ennui, but the reverse on this one seems to be more of an opportunity to change.
So all negative cards, when flipped, are positive.
Okay.
So again, see how you feel. Is this a positive result or a negative result? But when you look at this, look what he's doing. So it's like God has handed him an opportunity, and he's so focused on staring at the three things that he can't even see what's being offered to him. He is so blindsided by what's in front of him that he cannot see the opportunities around him. And is it because of alcohol or drugs? Or is it just situations, or he's just daydreaming and that he doesn't see the exciting things around him?
It's a very New Orleans card.
Right. And, and maybe he does need to move on because he's bored. He's not
challenging himself.
Exactly, because
there's no desire for growth.
Right. You see, the hand has come out of the clouds to give him something, and he's not even trying to take advantage of it. And that's one of the key things you should see with that card. Okay. Okay. The Five. And I like this one too. The Five of Cups. And people think this is a very negative card. No, and actually, none of the cards are really bad. They're just things that happen in life. Just some things that naturally happen, and for whatever reason, and it's just to wake you up. And that's when people come to me and they say, I don't want to get my card. That scares me. I'm like, why? You're afraid of living? I mean, you want to die?
I think because no, my initial response was because I've always been drawn to oracle cards more, and because yes, people don't understand and know the tarot cards, but to me, and we discussed this briefly, tarot cards, it seems more final. Like this is what is set, and it doesn't.
But it's not.
Exactly.
Tarot cards are to show you a path. They show you where you're heading, and the idea of getting your cards read is so if you see something bad, you can either change it or lighten it, or at least be prepared for it. Because once you prepare for something, you alleviate the hurt from it, right?
Or the anxiety,
the impact.
The like impact. You say, always have a plan,
right? So upright, this card is a card of loss, but loss is not total. 3 cups are empty, but 2 are still full. What remains deserves appreciation. The 5 of Cups suggests that it may be time to move on from mourning or self-pity. It is a lesson on resilience. Traditionally, quarrels, separation, sacrifice, regret. There is also a possibility of inheritance. Reversed. 2 different outcomes may be suggested by the reverse 5 of Cups. Traditionally, the subject moves on from mourning and renews connections with family and friends. The opposite interpretation is that inverted, the remaining cups are emptied and nothing is left. Perhaps ultimately this card represents self-determination. Eventually, an ability to move forward after a loss will result in further loss and deterioration of other relationships. Its element is water. The 5 relates to conflicts, challenges, and adapting. When I look at this, I always look at it like this. this guy is sitting there looking at the 5 cups of wine that he just lost. But if he would turn around, there's 2 full cups right behind him.
The cup is half
right.
full.
He doesn't see the opportunities before him because he's too stubborn to turn around.
The ultimate is the cup half empty or half full.
And he just turns around and he's got what he needs right behind him. But he's too busy crying over what he lost rather than what he has. He doesn't see the opportunity around him.
Yeah.
And when it's upside down, he does see the opportunity, and he's trying to take advantage. Even though he might have come from a loss, he's working his way back up. That's how I usually read that card, depending what the other cards are around. That don't go there. the six of cups.
This is tarot interceding.
I know. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
So, okay, y'all, I got to tell y'all a really weird story.
Oh my gosh.
So this card, I got to tell a really weird story. So earlier tonight, when I went through my deck, the Queen of Cups and my cards disappeared. I tore my house up. I went through this deck no less than 5 times looking for the Queen of Cups. I pulled every card. I could not find the Queen of Cups. I actually went into the other room, pulled another Queen of Cups out of an old deck that I had, right? I'm sitting here with Alicia, and the Queen of Cups returned back to my deck. So now I got 2 Queens of Cups. Wow. And I can tell this is out the other deck because the writing on them is a little different. This is the one that's out the other deck. I got to put that back. That's wild.
Is that?
That is wild. That card was not there. I'm telling you, I went through that. I went card.
What does it mean?
By card
and a double. What is a double?
I don't
Queen
know.
Of Cups mean?
But it ain't a double. I don't know.
Well,
but that's really wild because
yeah.
I'm telling you, I could not find the Queen of Cups. I went and tore up where I read. I thought maybe I left it on a reading.
Well, you have been
I thought
having
it might have
some
fell on the
unusual
phone.
things in the house
And
lately.
the Queen of Cups. Well, this is crazy. That is crazy. And then when I'm telling you, I went through and I thought it might have been sticking. So I pulled each card apart and looked for the Queen of Cups, and she was not there. Like 5 times. Okay. Then I was like, okay. So then I went and I knew where I had another deck. And so I pulled the Queen of Cups from that deck and put it in. And I was like, I need to go order 2 new decks.
Now there's 2 queens.
And now I have 2 queens. Ooh. That's wild. I love it. I love when that kind of stuff happens. Also, something else happened. Remind me to share a really wild story with you.
Okay.
I can't say this one online because it's personal.
Okay. Can I ask a question really quick
Yes, you
came
can.
to me? So when you are doing a tarot reading, do you have to include all of the cards as options, or what if you wanted to just do a reading based on cups? Could you do that or no?
I mean, so I would say no. I have seen people use just the major arcana or just the minor arcana. Like they haven't used, but I haven't seen anybody use just one suit.
Okay.
Because then you're only reading love things. You know, you're not going to get much. But I've seen people use just the Fool's Journey.
Okay.
Like just the major arcana.
Yeah.
And then some people read playing cards, which is the minor arcana. So you can read just the minor arcana or just the major arcana. You know, you can split it that way.
Okay.
But I wouldn't read just cups, and then you're just getting like emotional stuff.
Okay.
Well,
if that's like what a person wants to dig in, or I didn't know if they could split it up, or if they're like,
you can.
it doesn't work
There are
like
things
that.
in a reading you can do to focus on that, and so
Okay.
I mean you can still use the other cards too, because suppose you wanted to know what kind of person they're seeing, you want other traits than what the cups are going to show you, because what's the chance they're going to be meeting a person that's a cup person? Their personality is going to be of another suit.
Cup person.
Right. Well, there are cup people. You're not a cup person. You're a wand.
I'm a wand on. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means yet, but
you'd be a wand or a sword. You could be a sword. You could be a sword or a wand. You'd fall in between.
I sang a lot in my car today.
All right. So maybe either one of those. So anyway, back to the 6 of the 6. The 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups straight up is about nostalgia, tender moments from childhood, remembered. Trust, security, and forgiveness. Memories of happy times and simple pleasures may be influence present actions. Perhaps it is time to make up with a loved one after a disagreement. Perhaps the subject is courting or being courted. A face from the past may return. That one's a lot. When I say somebody's going to get a blast from the past, I'll call them. That with something. There's another card I use for that too. But a face from the past may return. Traditionally, antiquity, memories, aging, longing for the past. Reverse, struggling to break free from old emotional bonds. Rejecting past trauma. Moving on from bitter memories. Focusing on the present and the future. Disillusionment. While the Six of Cups reverse is often described in contemporary interpretations to mean difficulty of letting go of the past, traditionally the meanings were more optimistic: regeneration, better times, renewal, future prospects. Perhaps in either aspect, a lesson to treasure the special memories, but avoid becoming their prisoner.
That's a good lesson.
Water. The sixes are related to sharing, mutual support, and knowledge. It's also sixes are about family and understanding family and numerology. Okay. Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups. So this is about upright. It's about temptations, choices, perhaps shrouded by deception. Once chosen, the cup may not hold what was expected. Patience and care are advised. Think well and consider what is right before choosing. Reversed, it's avoidance, disinterest, insecurity, lack of motivation. None of the cups look tempting. This card warns of loss of hope. Help may be needed. This also is a sign when I will sometimes see, depending what's around it, that they might need some counseling. And I will ask them, are you depressed? And if they are, then we'll have to have a little talk. Sometimes this card might bring that out. If it's upside down, I might ask that, depending on what's around it. There are certain other cards. I never go by what one card says. There has to be other validating cards around it for me to say certain things.
How many cards do you typically pull?
I do a Celtic cross with so it's 10 piles, so 9, 27, 28, 29 cards. That's what I pull.
Damn. Okay, that's going to be interesting to see on the table.
You've never had a reading by me?
No, I've never had a reading by you because it's, I don't know.
Shame on you. Because I'm good. Ask my audience. All right.
I feel like you read me sometimes already.
Yeah, I don't
so
need
there's
cards.
no exactly. We're good.
So,
we're better than that at this point.
The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is upright. Is takes a hard look at current situations. Decide whether things are worth continuing. Changes of employment, residence, or relationship or lifestyle may result. Walking away from that which is not in one's best interest. Leaving the comfort zone behind and risking the unfamiliar to achieve greater things. Reverse, the risk fails. Greater things are not achieved. Return to that which was not worth continuing. Inability to escape from the unsatisfying or unproductive situation, and now things seem worse. Its element is water, and H relate to progress and persistence. So when I look at this picture, what I want you to look at is notice how those cups are perfectly stacked. Mm-hmm. And look at how he's heading on to new horizons. Like, he has no idea what's on the other side of those rocks. He has no idea where he's heading. So it's like he's like, this person's like, you know what? I've done the best what I could right here. It's time to walk away while I can and try to move on to something different. So I look at this a lot of times as change of employment or moving on to a different type of relationship or doing something different in my life. Leaving my comfort zone. That's kind of how I look at this. When it's upside down, it's like, you know what? I tried it. It didn't work for me. I don't know if I can go back to what I did, but now I don't know what I want to do. So usually I'll spend time figuring out what you want to do with your life.
Are they all related to numerology as well, would you say?
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of elements with what I'm seeing.
There's in the cards, and if you go back and look, we talk about there's planets, numbers, colors, and symbols in every card.
Okay.
In every card. And now we have the Nine of Cups. Now, I think I read this one a little different than most, but I will give you the meaning that comes with the book, and then I'll tell you how I read it. So upright, it's a card of joy, wishes and hopes come true. The answer to the question is positive. Things are going the way they should. Creativity and achievement are at a high. Be sure to enjoy the moment. Reversed, your wish will not come true. Things are not going the way you should. A card of frustration and difficulty. The element is water. The nines are about self-awareness, completion, and integrity. For me, this is about, I use this, when I read this, it's usually about something to do with family or the union of family. And when I look at this, it's about gatherings, and it really depends on what's around it. But when I see this card, that's what I see, and that's how I read it. And my spirit team knows that. So when it pulls up, that's what it will usually mean for me.
See, I'm reading this card right now with the interpretation as a sense of satisfaction.
And you could. I mean, your cards will get to know you, and that's when you do intuitive tarot. If you want to read like the book, then you got to learn all these. But I don't read like the book. A lot of my meanings are very similar, but there's a few cards that I read different because for me, tarot has to be able to cover every life situation there is. Every life situation. And so there are certain things that I have to see to make me say those things. Now, the Ten of Cups is all about love, fulfillment, happiness, harmony, closeness of family, popularity, and acceptance. The Ten of Cups represents the pinnacle of emotional well-being, traditionally community, esteem, reputation, and contentment. Reversed, it's alienation and happiness at home, disappointment in the community, overwhelmed by family demands, separation anxiety. The reverse card is pretty well the opposite of the upright. It suggests relationship problems, children going away to college, possibly waning friendships, traditionally insult, irritation, pettiness, anger, and sorrow. Also, if you have someone that gets a new job and like they are going to be traveling away from home and there's going to be a separation in the relationship. This actually came up a lot when Magni took a job in Chicago, and he was gone for a year. So it even though he came home when he could, it wasn't often, and so it was like a big separation for us for about a year, which I was not very happy about. But that was a card that would represent that. All right, now we're going to get into the court cards.
Okay.
This is the first of the court cards. Now, remember I told you in a previous video that the minor cards are a regular deck of cards with 4 jokers. The pages are the jokers of the deck, and they usually mean like new beginnings or new things. And this is the first page that we're going to see. This is the Page of Cups. And the message for this is a message regarding love or relationship, possibly news of an engagement or pregnancy. No, we're not.
No, we ain't.
The pages commonly represent children of the deck. The Page or Princess of Cups is the affectionate, sensitive, loving, but vulnerable child. When the subject is an adult, this card may suggest that they are feeling some of that sensitivity and vulnerability. If the subject is a child, as with any child, they will achieve and develop best in a supportive, nurturing environment. But this child may need a little bit of extra recognition and appreciation.
Oh, it's the Jan Brady.
With it, they can achieve great things, traditionally helpful, innocent, loyal, studious. Reversed, bad news about love or relationship, oversensitivity, overcompensation, needy of reinsurance, possibly prone to use sexuality and seduction to attract or retain relationships. It may also represent a person who has been hurt in the past and is withdrawn as a result. When the subject is a child, it may suggest imaginary worlds and imaginary friends, traditionally weakness, heartache, adoration, and supplication.
You're essentially describing histrionic disorder.
Yes. Its element again is water because all the cups are water. The pages relate to messengers, children, openness, risk takers. Because these are the new beginnings, the newness of things. The next one is the Jack, or in the case of the tarot, the Knight. So in the playing cards, this is the Jack of Hearts in the playing cards. And so, let me put it up so you can see. And this is also, notice the wings of Hermes on the helmet. So a lot of times when I see that, this is the messenger card for me. Well, they should because it's the messenger card. So it means communication. So it's also a card of communication. So upright, it's a gentle, caring lover and friend. Sensitive and affectionate, a writer of poems and songs, thoughtful, chivalrous, creative and artistic, prone to be a dreamer. The Knight of Cups may suggest a proposal is coming. If the content is personal, perhaps it's a good time to focus on artistic and creative endeavors. As with all nights, a harbinger of travel. In this case, the traveler is over water, perhaps a cruise or river rafting trip. Traditionally, seduction, charm, proposal, attraction, and union. Reversed, repressed or hidden homosexuality is possible. Fear of commitment, moodiness, cynicism, withdrawal, insecurity. A musician who doesn't show up for his concert.
That's very specific.
Evasive, unhappy, impossible to please. Beware of travel over water. Traditionally, cheating, trickery, treachery, slander. Its element is water. Nights relate to energy, travel, adventure, aggression, and goals. All of the nights refer to those things.
Okay, this is interesting because there's a lot of focus on travel over water, and that this specific, I'm sorry, I have to go there, this specifically mentions a river rafting trip. I'm assuming that these guidelines came out like kind of back in the day, because I don't know many people now. Maybe we're not the most sporty, we'll be honest, but I don't know many people or friends that are planning river rafting trips.
Right. Well, you gotta remember when these cards came out too, like so swords, the Knight of Swords also upset might mean air travel issues.
Okay.
Because they didn't have planes when these cards came out.
Okay.
So the swords are air cards.
It was more common for them to be doing a river rafting.
Right. Or being on a boat.
Yes.
Or being in their days,
That
maybe being a slave on a boat.
Cruise. The cruise, exactly.
They were rowing,
Yeah.
So like when these cards came out.
Not the type of cruise you want to win.
Right, not the kind of cruise you want to go on. And the mysterious queen that showed up out of nowhere.
Twice.
There she is. Ooh, okay. Upright, she's a mother figure, a good woman, loving and giving, a nurturer and healer. She's romantic, artistic, and creative, often psychic or intuitive. She excels as a muse, helping others realize their talents. Reverse, she's excessively needy or clingy, manipulative, a person who projects nurturing and care, but with hidden motives of control. A sensitive person who could possibly fall victim to addictions or depression. Her element is water. The queen relates to motherhood. All queens relate to motherhood, matriarchal authority, attraction, and nurturing. That's what depends on what side, depending on the suit they're in. All right. And the king of cups, as we finish up the cups tonight. Well, the cups. And the king of cups. The kingdom of cups includes relationships, feelings, emotions, the heart. The King of Cups is a good and decent man who cares deeply about others. He may be an artist, a pastor, a pediatrician.
This was definitely written back in the day. Yeah. I know, right?
A pastor, pediatrician,
couldn't just say
teacher.
Doctor.
Yeah. He treasures his family and gives his all for their welfare and happiness. His weakness could be that he is too forgiving or soft-hearted with family members. He will not be soft-hearted or weak if they are threatened. However, participation in community improvement or charitable organizations is possible. Traditionally, fairness, honesty, integrity, consideration, and supportiveness. Reversed. Here comes those dark sides here. Oversensitivity may result in emotional withdrawal due to feeling underappreciated. Possible prone to escapism through alcohol or substance abuse. Also, this individual may use loyalty and affection of others against them. Perhaps coercing an abused child to keep their abuse secret, perhaps developing a friendship to swindle a supposed friend. Traditionally dishonorable, double-dealing, injustice, vice, scandal, corruption. Element is water. The kings relate to fatherhood, patriarchal authority, management, and competence. Okay. So that is the suit of cups, and I'm going to put us back on full scene while I change the video.
Well, I feel I learned a lot tonight because I didn't know anything about this.
We're not done.
Well, we're discussing.
Yeah, we are. So good. Now, got to go with this again. So now I'm going to use these cards again. So we're going to go through some of the symbols. I just got to find, see what Queen of Swords, Emperor, Three of Wands, Ten of Wands. That's Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. So the armor in the Knight of Cups, I gotta put y'all. I'm just gonna show y'all the So the armor in the Knight of Cups. Let me pull the Knight of Cups. The armor with the suit that he's wearing. The armor in the Knight of Cups. The symbolic meaning of armor deals with protection, preparation, and strength. Most tarot deck renditions depict all the knights in full armor.
I have a magician
So
on
know
mine.
that.
So but he's wearing his cape, which that's similar.
So in the Nine of Cups, there is a bench. Let's see. Yep, it's the bench that the guy is sitting on in the Nine of Cups. And the bench is a symbolic of taking a moment to examine the details. In a reading, benches indicate the querent needs to sit back, relax, and take some time to examine or savor the situation expressed in the card layout. Let me see what other symbols they pull out here. Five of Cups. I don't see that in the Five of Cups. Am I missing
What is
something?
it that?
A bridge.
A
Oh, there is a
bridge.
bridge. I see it. The little the white thing. I'm like, there it is. See, in the way in the back. Let me see if I can get it where you can focus and see. See the white thing, like to the. Let me show it to you. It's right. Oh, why am I? Oh, I'm over here.
Pull it back a little bit.
It's right here. That's a bridge. That's considered a bridge. So the bridge takes us from one point to another, and therefore they symbolically represent resources of help available to us. In a reading, bridges remind us that the ways and means to accomplish something is always available to us. In the Five of Cups, the bridge represents moving from a place of grief or regret onto another phase of life. So it's about moving on and being able to move on after a loss. Okay, let's see. Do I have Two of Cups? What is that?
Castle.
No, it's that.
Oh, isn't that
It's this.
a balance?
It's that. It's
Okay.
this.
Oh, the medical thing. We should know this.
But I can't say
But we
the
don't
word.
know.
Caduceus. The caduceus. That's this piece right here. Right there. So that and the Two of Cups is varied in its meaning. The caduceus symbol meaning the deal with balance, health, duality, proper moral conduct, protection, and cosmic energy. Seen on the Two of Cups, the caduceus bodes well for new partnerships and serves as a message that with honor and respect to balance, new relationships shall be fruitful. It may also indicate the querent is joining forces with another party in order to facilitate healing. Okay. Let me see.
Cats.
Five of Cups, castle. What is a cat?
There's a cat
And the Queen of
one.
Wands, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queen of Wands.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we went over that one already.
Yeah, but
No, we didn't, because we haven't been to a Queen of Wands. Oh, the cat was in another one we did. And five of Cups has a castle. So way in the background that. Oh, let me pull back a little bit. Oh, I always get this wrong. Right, my finger.
Okay.
Right there is a castle.
Okay.
You really can't see it though. That's a castle. It's like a little castle there.
They're in the castle.
And so, and the castle symbol meaning deals with goals. Castles are physical representations of our need to build block by block upon a strong foundation in order to obtain our goals. Castles may also deal with sheltering ourselves or limiting ourselves from reaching our goals. They are also a symbol of obtaining our desires. Oh, it's also in the Seven of Cups has one too. So. Oh yeah, they do, and it's in one of the cups. It's right. It's gonna be over here. Oh, it's right. Yeah, it's right. It's this one. The thing about it's right there. It's a castle.
Okay. It looks like something else.
Yes, it is a castle. It is a castle. It's in the Seven of Cups. And let's see what else has. What other symbols do we have? Six of Cups, Ten of Cups has children. So Six of Cups has a little female girl, and the Ten of Cups has children playing in the background. And children represent promise, hope, fresh starts, new beginnings, new ideas, and a fresh way at looking at the world. Children are full of promise for the future, and as such, they are a symbol of this promise. When they show up on the cards in a reading, it could mean the beginning of a new venture, the promise of a new beginning, or could literally mean children are on their way. New births or adoptions. Let's hope not. Anyway, in a minute, I'm going to explain to you why all this is important when we get through, because there's a whole bunch of symbols. So I'm going through all the ones for cups. 6 of Cups has a city and a village. So that's the village in the background. And cities and villages represent centers of gathering of people, thoughts, energy, and ideas. There are symbols of culmination of a group that meets for a common goal. They also symbolize protection, harmony, and teamwork. When you notice the cities or villages in a reading, it indicates a group effort is required, or the current must tap into some energy centers or thought centers to accomplish what he or she must. Oh God, clouds. There's clouds and a bunch of them, guys. So let's see, 4 and 7. Ace, 4, 7. So here we go. Ace. Well, first, let's see. Ace is here. Ace, 4, and 7. 5.
Mine doesn't have
7. Okay. So I'm going to show you them in order. Ace has clouds. Almost all the aces have clouds. The 4 has clouds. You remember him with the little cloud coming out, and then 7 was like the dream clouds. So clouds. Clouds hold the symbol meaning of revelation. Considered out of the mist of our deepest thoughts, suddenly an epiphany comes. A bright idea comes out from nowhere. This is the basic cloud symbol meaning. Depending on the card, clouds can also symbolize confusion or clouded judgment. Primarily, clouds represent higher thought and message from the divine. As in the ace. That's a message from the divine. Okay, dogs, no. Okay, the dove and the ace that I just showed you. So let me pull the ace up. Again, the dove is at the top. That ace. So the dove is a common spiritual icon with the symbol meaning that indicating hope, purity, aspiration, and ascension. In Greco-Roman mythology, the dove is a sacred creature to Aphrodite and Venus, well, Aphrodite, which is Venus, and therefore is a powerful symbol of love. Featured on the Ace of Cups, it is a promising symbol. Note the dove in the Rider-Waite version is pointing down. This is a message. Whatever goes up must come down. In other words, fly high, but ground yourself first.
I like that. I did a reading tonight before I got here, and I pulled a dove card out of my oracle card, and I always interpret that as peace.
So this is cool. So all of the court cards, the queen, the king, the page, so they all have a fish. Let's see if we can locate the fish. And this one, it's in the cup.
A fish, okay.
And where is it on the knight? Find the fish.
Gosh.
It says it's on the knight.
Too detailed.
Let's see if I can find it on the queen. It's probably on the statue. Anyway, they say it says it's on the page, knight.
I'm gonna go blind looking at these. I'm gonna need your glasses.
I know. Oh, I found it on the king. The king, it's way on the corner over here. Is the head of the fish over here. Found it on the king. In the cards, it's so. Oh, is that one on the queen? Queen, I think, is on the chair. Can I say found it on the queen or the knight? The knight has the wings of Hermes. I know that. I'm looking for another fish. Anyway, it's supposedly on all of these. Maybe it's probably on his armor somewhere. But anyway, there's a fish on all the fish means. It is no coincidence that the fish is featured on all the cup cards because the fish symbol meaning deal with emotion, intuition, and creativity. When considering the fish symbol meaning, we must first recognize the nature of water in which it lives, in motion, unpredictable, and representative of the subconscious. The fish is a symbol of prolific abundance, and if we have the wherewithal to harness our own passion responsibly. Okay. I did not find it on those two.
I didn't find any fish in mine.
I found them.
I think the fish is just inferred from the water that there will be fish in the water.
No.
And that's why, and that relates back to the river rafting warning.
They have fish. You just got they're here. I think on her. I thought I saw up on her chair.
There's no fish
and
in
then
mine.
I can't find it on the night. I found it in the king. Oh,
maybe that's a fish coming out of the cauldron, or she's cooking the fish.
Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know that deck. I only know Rider Waite. But anyway, that's fish. And then let's see. All right, 6 of Cups has flowers. All right, so I gotta find the 6.
Okay.
That's right here. That's the little couple here.
I got some flowers in this one.
Okay, the 6 of Cups. He's giving her flowers. You can barely see them there. It's in the center right there. All right, and the flowers, as we would guess, flowers possess symbol meaning of joy, beauty, growth, sensitivity, and unfolding. They are predominant features on the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Rods, but they are seen sprinkled throughout many deck renditions. See also sunflower symbol meanings. Flowers are all about opening up and receiving the light of love, joy, and compassion into our lives. They remind us of the better things in life, the good times, the sweet smell of success, and the beauty that surrounds us, if only we open up to its presence.
That's how people say a modern phrase now of you giving someone their flowers.
3 of Cups. Okay. That should be near here somewhere. There's 3. That would be grapes. So, yep, there are grapes. There's plenty of grapes. She's holding grapes in her hands. The one by the yellow on the side over there. All right, so grapes and grapevines symbolize the meaning of grapes and grapevines. Deal with fertility, abundance, transformation, and blessings. Considered the fruit of the earth in both pagan and Christian circles, the grape is rich in symbolism. Bunches of grapes have long been depicted in funerary art and are symbols of redemption. Grapes and grapevines are also found in Greek Greco-Roman art as symbols of hospitality, bounty, and symbolic of youthfulness. All these attributes come into play when we see these power-packed fruits in the cards. Okay, the ace again. The aces are used a lot. So there's a hand in every ace. Plus, there's a hand in the. There's also a hand in the, and they didn't even mention that in this one, but there's also a hand in the in another one of these, which they did not mention. I'm surprised they didn't mention it. I caught them not missing one. There's a hand in the guy looking at in this one.
The knight.
No, in the 4 of Cups, there's a hand. There's a hand handed in the chalice, and there's a hand in there. So the hand, as one would assume, is the heart has long been a symbol. No, that's the hand. There it is. Hand is power, domination, protection. There are primarily symbol meanings related to the hand. Hands are historically seen as points of transmission, meaning we give and receive from hands, energetically and physically. It's no accident that the powerful ace cards all are depicted with a hand holding the suit symbol. This is a clear message of force and power relating to the indicated suit. It also is a reminder that we are able to both give and receive those attributes pertaining to the referring suit, but it's also in that 4 of Cups as well. That's the one he misses, but there's a hand there. It means it was offered to him. Okay.
Hoe?
Hoe, yeah. There is a hoe. And
there is a hoe.
In the 7 of Pentacles, yes. There's a hoe. There is a hoe. Okay, so there's a horse in the Knight of Cups. All the knights have horses. So in the Knight of Cups, there's a horse.
Mm-hmm. There's a horse in mine.
So there's a horse.
Okay.
And horses featured in all the knight cards of the tarot. The horse symbol means dealing with strength, motion, action, and vitality. Linked in many ancient traditions with the 4 elements, fire, water, earth, and air. The horse is also a strong spiritual symbol and an emblem of incorporating all the elements to maintain an equal, powerful balance with all things in the universe. This is evident in either or nature of the knights. In a more mundane sense, the horse is predispositioned to have a changing nature. In a reading, this gives us pause to consider where are we charging to and why. Okay. So now we're looking at house, and they got that in the 2, 6, 10 of cups. Let's pull those. Okay, so 2, 6, and 10. I thought we did house. No, that was something else. 2.
Oh, you're thinking of bridge.
Oh, yeah, 2, 6. They called that a village. Now they call it a house. 2, 6, and 10.
Just one house.
Yeah.
So, okay.
2, there's a house way in the background down there. And 6, I guess in the village there's a house, so they call that a house. And 10, there is a house on the hill in the background. So a house, if that catches your eye when you're reading, we're going to talk about why all these symbols. In houses, we live, die, play, cry, grow, hide, dream, and the list goes on. As such, they are symbols of our deepest secrets and the tenderest parts of our hearts. House symbolized meanings also deal with protection and the value that we feel we must guard against theft. When houses jump to our vision, and that's what I want you how they said that when they jump into our vision in a reading, it may be a sign that our security is threatened, or it may convey the opposite. We should not be concerned with safety, and we are already protected.
Ice, that's a strange one.
Yeah, we don't have any ice in the car, in the cups.
Lion.
2 of Cups has a lion. Yes, it does. It's the lion head over the thing in the 2 of Cups. The lion head is across the top right there. So, lion signifying one of the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. The lion symbolized meanings deal with strength, courage, royalty, and protection. Much like lightning, the lion is viewed as both savior and destroyer in ancient culture myth. The lion is a bit of a paradox. While standing as a symbol of spiritual value, it is also a symbol for the beastly needs of the flesh. When the lion roars at us in the cards, we are encouraged to consider the level of our courage. Are we seated in faith or flesh? Are we protecting our others or ourselves? Are we being strong or just stubborn?
When did tarot cards begin? Like, when did people start doing
that? It's in the. I got that right there. It's another page. The moon is in the 8 of Cups. So I gotta find the 8. They're all mixed up now. One way to mix them up. Okay, no, that's 7. I need to find 8. That's 10. There's 8. Yep. Can't miss that moon. All right, the moon. The moon symbolized meaning deals with cycles. Time, psychic power, reflection, and the emerging from one phase to another. Consider the power of the moon able to influence oceans and affect the realm of nature in strong, subtle ways. Also a symbol of femininity, the moon is a sign of the softer, intuitive side of us all. When the moon lights up in our readings, it is a prompting to consider our levels of awareness. The moon asked us if we're listening to our intuition, and what are we allowing to influence our directions in life? Okay, 8 of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Mountains, 8 and Knight of Cups. All right, that's 8. That ain't a mountain, that's a rock. 8 and Knight of Cups.
Oh, I have a mountain in my night.
So there's a mountain, or I call that a rock, and there's a mountain over there on the side. So mountains, when you see those, seen on many of the cards, mountain symbol meaning deal with triumph, challenge, attainment, and realizations. Mountain also represent timelessness and an endurance that is infinite. When those mountains peek out of the cards into our attention, we may consider the vastness of our universe and contemplate our place within it. We may also want to consider the heights to which we are climbing and what the realization of our goals may mean for us and those around us.
That's
That's
interesting insights.
Mm-hmm.
What that may mean for those around us, because not a lot of people consider that.
Page of Cups. I just saw him. Okay, there he is. Now, Page of Cups this is oceans, and so the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups too, has a lot of water around her. Queen of Cups has a lot of water around her, and the King of Cups. There's the Knight. Where's the King? I got page 10. There's the King. He's floating in an ocean too. A lot of all of those. So this is about with the oceans. Ocean symbol meanings deal with the infinite possibilities. Consider the ocean, and you will be considering the essence of vastness, mystery, and depth. It seems inexhaustible in the hold of the wondrous things unseen. When the oceans in the card crash their waves against our consciousness, it is time to pay homage to the great divine, meaning we should recognize the burgeoning power around us, the animating force that runs through us, the expansive and the expressive nature of the universe. In other words, we must acknowledge that there may be other higher powers at work in our lives, and it may be time to release our control in order to allow these powers to open up incredible opportunities to us. Interesting. Okay. Try this any more cup symbols. They up 3. No, King of Cups. It's got a ship in it. So King of. You see a ship?
Maybe it's inferred with the water he's sitting on, like his base is floating.
It does say King of Cups there, right?
He's on his river rafting cruise right there.
No, there's got to be a boat somewhere.
King of Cups.
Oh, it's way in the back. Way in the back.
Oh, way in the back.
There's a ship way in the back right there.
Okay.
It's like what? You can barely. If you should see that little dot. Yes, the ship. Yes, of course.
Just sneak that one on.
Ship symbol meaning deal with the travel and journeys. However, a commonly overlooked factor is the medium upon which they said water. It deals with the deeper levels of the psyche and the subconscious. When the ship sails across your vision in a reading, take into consideration where your thoughts are traveling. What kind of baggage or cargo are you carrying around? Are you charting out the best course for your thoughts and emotions? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7 of Cups has a snake. See the 8. Oh, I'm just gonna be in here. I think we did the snake last time for the main thing. But it's in the top cup. Oop. It's in this cup right there. There's a snake. That's what's hanging out of the cup. So, snake symbol meaning renewal, rebirth, and development, primarily because they shed their skin during each cycle of growth. Snakes are also cold-blooded, which means they depend on their environment for their body temperature. This is a symbolic message that we must be adaptive, flexible, and adjust as best as we can to our circumstances. When the snake slithers across the card into our consciousness, we may need to ask ourselves if we need to shed a part of ourselves to allow further growth. Or perhaps we need to be a little more flexible in situations at work or home.
So this is the year of the snake.
Is it?
Yes, in the Chinese New Year. Does that play into anything?
I'm not. I know of the Chinese New Year, but I don't know what all the vast meanings. So I'd have to look it up and study it a little bit. Like I'll give you some more work
because you don't have enough going on.
Yeah. Yeah, not me. No,
not at all.
No, right now I'm studying because I want to win. Since you're not going to be there,
are you studying true crime?
I gotta go study true crime so I can win again.
Just get. Do you want to borrow my subscription to the Discovery Channel?
No.
And okay, because I fall asleep to true crime when I can't sleep at night, like the average woman.
The guy on the 8 of Cups has a staff that he's walking with, and so that staff stands for. Here we are recognizing the staffs found in the cards that are specifically used for support. Oh. Is that a good thing for the person that is born in the year of the snake? I have no idea because I don't know what the year of the snake is. That's the Chinese
No.
astrology
I think
stuff.
it is. I think it
And
is
every
because
one has a positive and a negative.
yeah, if
So,
if you look at what you just said, like the snake is about renewal.
all right, renewal and rebirth, and yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's good and bad and all. There's positive and negative in all of them.
Tina, do you live here in the New Orleans area?
Yeah, I think
She does.
Yeah.
There, what is the restaurant I went to? Faux Orchid, by the Target on Veterans. They have a really cool Chinese New Year display that they put on a rickshaw. And I would recommend definitely going to check it out because they do have good food there and they have a wonderful Chinese New Year snake display.
It's also about shedding your beliefs or shedding bad habits, or it's like shedding a renewal. It's about renewing, renewing
Regrowth.
things and regrowth and that kind of, and that. So again, all of them have good, positive, and just like in astrology, there's positive and negative in every sign. So the staff, here we are recognizing the staffs found in the cards that are specifically used for support by the archetypes in the cards. With this parameter in mind, staff symbol meaning deal with support, stability, direction, and singleness of purpose. The staff is also a symbolic representation of the numeral 1, and as such carries a meaning of new beginnings, first attempts, and again, single-mindedness in thought as well as deed. Okay. A lot of symbols, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We're still going.
They're fitting them all into these cards. I'm impressed.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. And so on the wreath, I was on the 7.
Do you have a favorite card?
Mm-hmm. Like one. I have a bunch of favorite cards, but I don't have like a specific favorite card. Like I love the Tower of Destruction. I love because it means burn the grass.
Yeah, start over. Yeah,
so new grass can grow.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's almost like the snakes shedding skin, so new stuff can grow. So I really like that one.
I just like the name of it because it sounds very
people hate
it sounds very Game of Thrones the way that you describe it,
and I love it. And a lot of people don't like it, and I like that, and I also like the Hangman.
I've heard that that's actually a positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the Hanged Man. I've always liked him. I like the Wheel of Fortune because it's all about whatever goes up must come down. It's about when things are down, they're going to go back up. That you don't always stay down forever. And again, the wreath is one on the bottom cup down there, and the wreath is typically wreaths of laurel are depicted as various features in the cards. Wreaths of this type have long been a symbol of victory ever since the first ancient games upon Mount Olympus, where the victor was crowned in laurels. A sweet-smelling laurel wreath is a symbol of protection, peace, and purification. It is associated with the god Apollo. It is a message that the favor of the gods is upon us and that we shall victor in the stage of our lives. Okay, and that is it for the symbols. Oh, Tina saying Salvation of Clivia is great. Yeah. Cool. So that is it. So let's look at a little bit of the history, because I haven't done the history yet of the tarot. So let me look at let's do the history. I got the history here somewhere.
It's right there.
The history of tarot. So that's Alicia wants to know about the history.
Yes. When did this start?
So let's see. So history of tarot. So I'll give you what I got. This comes right out of the thing. So the history, and I'm not going to even read all the things in parentheses because it's a lot. The tarot is a pack of playing cards used from the mid-15th century in various parts of Europe to play a group of card games such as Italian tarocchini and the French tarot. From the late 18th century until the present time, the tarot has also found use by mystics and occultists for divination. Like the common deck of playing cards, the tarot has four suits. Ooh. There's a lot of parentheses stuff that I'm not going to read. Where does that parenthesis end? For a total of 14 cards. In addition, the tarot has a separate 21 card suit and a single card known as the Fool, depending on the game. The Fool may act as the top trump or may be played to avoid following suit. So it became a card game, and then it became what they would use to read. So kind of like my symbology deck. First we used it as a game to play. Now people use it to actually read. They actually use my symbology deck to read. Which, so when we finish tarot, I'm then going to introduce you guys to my symbology deck, which is already on YouTube. You can actually go see some of the things you can do with the symbology deck on YouTube. If you look
Is that the pictures?
Yes.
Okay, I've collected quite a few cards.
Yes. So
in the last couple months. I like that one. That's the one that Magni drew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, we created that deck, and it's just to help you with your clairvoyance. And so tarot, huh? Okay, they are closed on Sundays. I might be able to get you a private venue there. That would be great.
That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
This is a good time of year for well, it was a couple weeks ago. Now it's 80-something degrees, which is insane.
So basically, the playing cards first entered Europe in the late 14th century. And it started with suits of batons or polo sticks, commonly known as, and then coins and swords and cups. And then it changed over time. And when you get the class, when you take the class, it kind of tells you all of the history of tarot all the way through. But
yeah, I feel like it started obviously in the older times when you had mentioned what gave it away to me was the
and this was the original pictures. Like these were like the original.
Yes,
that's why I like the tarot way,
because it has that medieval feel to it, even with the colors. And obviously the whole what's the term I'm looking for? Like knights and kings and all of that like symbol going on, because we don't have monarchies, fortunately.
Oh, I forgot to look at me. I closed up everything, and I forgot to look at what we're gonna do next week. Well, I can pull it up. So we did cups this week. Next week we will do. And guys, I apologize if I seem a little tired tonight. I've been up since 1:10 a.m.
You were studying for next week.
I'm studying for next week, right?
Yes, you're just gonna crush
right,
it.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna be there to see it. Have her stream it.
Oh, she's not gonna stream
I'll sneak in answers for you then.
I'm gonna put you on live stream. What's that answer? What's that answer?
Yes.
Let's see. Where's my tarot? It said right here. So next week we're gonna do the Pentacles of the Tarot, which are the diamonds of the deck.
Is everyone that's watching, do y'all have tarot card sets yourself?
Right, so I do recommend the Rider-Waite to get started. And again, I'm giving you everything you need to get started, to start reading or to start playing with them, and so that you can practice. And and again, I'm going to teach a master class. I will teach a master class in this later. Later on, I'm going to teach an intuitive class first, which I love intuitive tarot. Mm-hmm. This will help you in the intuitive tarot class, because you're going to already know some of the meanings, and you're going to know some of the lays, and you're going to know the class is going to teach you a lot of things. And guys, I got to tell you, literally that card appeared out of nowhere. That Queen of Cups.
It was like it just fell.
And
they were right by each other.
I was missing the deck, my deck that I had in here to go with you. I was pulling all the cups out. There was no Queen of Cups. I searched 5 times. I pulled card by card and moved them so to make sure that they were not stuck. Except I don't have a queen.
Tina and I are gonna go get our own set of cards.
I literally went to I have another deck in a closet. I went and pulled that deck out and pulled the queen out and put it in the deck. And when I'm reading y'all, when I pulled up a card, it was just laying there. And Alicia's my witness. It was laying there, and I was like, how'd that get out of order? And then I saw the other queen in order, and I was like, what? It's a message. It's something. Want me to tell you what happened?
I know. I didn't forget.
It's all sinking.
Yes.
It's all sinking. So that's
maybe
crazy.
It's a sign that you need to get a cat.
No, it probably means I need to sleep, because I haven't. I probably got stuff happening.
The most
my
realistic,
energy is so out there.
The most realistic explanation. I'm like, no, I think you need a cat. Said.
Oh, guys, I got so much going on right now. I can't keep up. So anyway, a little bit about. So we are trying to get to that place on the 30th. That's the next time you will see Trini and I together, is that weekend of March the 30th. We will be doing private readings on the 29th and the 28th, and and April 1st probably, right? It's only 30 or 31 days in March. 31. So in March 31st, we'll be doing private readings. So if you want to book a private reading, let me know. We've already booked 4 for the 29th already. So let me know. That's the next time we'll be together. Because before that, we are not together anytime before that. My schedule is hectic. I will tell you what I've got coming up. So while I have a shout out, next week on the 15th is the grief group. It is from, and we're starting at the beginning again. It is from 12 noon to 3 p.m. And it will be here at my home. You sign up online at sid-patrick.com, and it is where I'm going to go over some of the energetics pieces that you've been hearing us talk so much about. Plus, I'm going over like the definitions of grief. I'm going to talk a lot about the stages of grief. We're going to do some demonstrations. We're going to talk about the effects of grief. We're going to have some people talk about what they've experienced and where they are in their grief. And it's where you will make connections with other people. Okay, I've already had a few people done sign up. So please, this is a great group. Please try to come if you're available. That is on the 15th. Now, here is another thing. On the 16th, I have a limited seating for a free gallery. I have a medium working with me on the 16th at 2 p.m. It's going to be a small, short gallery, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the max. Misty Gaither and myself are going to be doing a gallery at my home, more so for Misty than for me. So I will be doing some readings, but Misty mostly, because we're here to help her get used to doing gallery. And it is free because this is for her to grow. So if you want to come to that, okay, Amy, if you want to come to that, Amy, I'm going to look at that. If you want to come to that, I'll answer you, Amy. If you want to come to that gallery, it is free, but you have to send me a message on Messenger, and it's limited seating, so you really need to be sure you can come. Okay, because we really need to fill the room with as many people, because it's from Misty to practice. I don't want this to be a maybe, and I don't want you to call out, because we need to fill the room. Okay, I'm gonna let you take over for a minute.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't have any events coming up. I certainly try and make Sid's events. Okay, I hate it when you make me take over because I don't have anything prepared to talk about right now. Okay. Got Moonstone. Did a reading earlier tonight, a little slightly drained. Maybe I need to come to your gallery thing with you and get some of that energy flowing. Did everyone enjoy learning about the cards tonight? I'm going to throw it out there. Any questions about the cards, or did any cup cards speak to anyone specifically? I thought it was interesting that the cups have to do with water, which it makes sense of holding water. Tina, I love you. Thank you for all your answers.
Okay. I just answered you, Amy, and I didn't want to put that on. I didn't want to say it out loud because it was a very personal question. So I just answered a very personal question.
I know. And I tried to hold court.
Yes, sorry. But so anyway, and so we have the gallery on the 16th. And because that's free, but you have to message me if you want to come to that. And let's see, what else? We got a lot of stuff. Oh no, the 22nd of February, I will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if I got anybody watching from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Do you have cowboy boots?
Huh?
Do you have cowboy boots?
I have too high of an instep to wear boots.
Oh, okay.
My foot won't get into a boot. My instep's
we'll find you one.
I'm not going to
I feel like you need a cowboy boot.
No, I do not want to have
Tulsa or something snakeskin.
No. No, I'm going to read aura photos for 16
Yeah, I
hours. So
feel like
no.
you need
No.
you have an amazing shoe collection
I
though.
do.
Let's own that.
I do,
And
but they're not boots.
what if you do have a pair of snakeskin shoes in general though?
I have things better than that.
I
But anyway, I
okay.
am not. No, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm, not, I'm
I
trying to be
think it would look
different.
cute. I think it would look cute on
I'm
you.
trying to be
If
different.
yeah, I think it would look cute on you if you and I agree, Tina, if you had like a snakeskin cowboy hat
Maybe I'll carry a
and
snakeskin wallet.
or
Okay.
a I was thinking a staff with the head, it would be the snake,
No,
and
no,
that could
no,
work too.
no,
Obviously,
no,
you're the
no,
snake. Okay,
no,
I'm
no, no,
trying.
no. I go there and I'm so busy at that fair that I literally start reading and I barely stop to even have lunch. Like it is a constant line and it's for 2 days and it doesn't stop.
How do you have the energy to read at that point, though? Because
Because it's aura photos, and
Oh, okay,
I love reading.
okay.
I love reading aura photos, and people are just so like when
But
you get aura photo reading by me, it's amazing.
well, sometimes when I read, I get energy back, and then sometimes I get it taken.
And so that's the 21st and 22nd and 23rd. I'll be in Tulsa, and then in March, and Trini will be here at that time, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. If you want a reading with Trini, you gotta call her or go to her website and she might be booked already. I won't be with her. I'll be in Tulsa. And I do have more appointments available this week, and Stacy's doing wonderful, so she is taking appointments, and she's also taking aura photo
Oh, good.
appointments.
Okay.
So, and she comes and she takes those photos. So, can do aura photos. In fact, I got one next Saturday, or next Friday, sometime next week. I have an aura photo. So, definitely you can book an aura photo if you want one of those. On March 22nd, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, I will be in West Palm Beach at another event, a Spirit Fair, doing aura photos. And then the following weekend, that's when Trini and I are doing the 28th, 29th, and 30th, and March 31st, if you want to book an appointment. The following week of that, I'll be in Sarasota, Florida, doing aura photos at a fair. And then the following week of that, Trini and I will be in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Broom Closet. So I have got a very it's a little metaphysical shop in Memphis.
That's a cute little name.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yes, so I will be there doing a gallery on that Friday night and doing readings all day Saturday.
Where was I? I was. Have you been to Potions on Bourbon Street?
I don't go to places on. I don't. Sid went to the quarter when he was young. Sid does not.
Sid
go
went
to
the quarter with me on Halloween, and I should have taken you there. So there
Sid
is.
doesn't hardly go to the quarter at all anymore.
Well, it's probably the safest it's ever been right now.
Yeah, because they got snipers on the roofs. I saw them.
It's like Cuba.
I know they got snipers on the roof. I just saw the Army helicopters flying over my house, and we had to. Well, you know who's coming Sunday, huh?
Yes.
Who's coming?
45 and 47.
Yeah, 45 and 47 will be here on Sunday for the Super Bowl because
and Taylor Swift.
We have to prepare their little room for it.
And
we have a room
Taylor
we have to keep.
Well, you're level 1. You have to do that with any president.
Yeah, any president.
Yes. Back to Potions. So we need to go there some night. It is the secret little vampire bar above Fritzl's.
Oh, I know where it's at. I've been there.
Yes, and they have the brooms that fly. I love the decorations.
I went there when you could, when they only allowed when you had to have a special pass.
Yeah, I knew that. Yes, because I remember when it first.
Yeah, I went there, and I'm sitting with my friend Kalila, and all them people there had their little fangs, and I looked at them and said, "Girl, we got to go because we look like lunch." So we need to go.
The drinks, I love Marita. The drinks need to kind of they need to lift those a little bit.
We look like lunch. We need to get out of here.
The decorations though are on point. Like I just kind of melt into one of the chairs, and I like to look around.
It's a very nice little
place.
It's
very cute. Yes, I like that.
Except for all the people with the teeth who kept looking at me.
They're
like they
not
were
there
hungry.
anymore.
Oh, they're not there anymore.
No.
When I went there, all the vampires hung out there. And all of them had real teeth. And,
they put some money into that.
And I looked at Khalil and I'm like, girl, we look like lunch. We need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. I know it was, baby. That's why I answered you there. And we can talk a little more later, but that's why I answered you there. Anyway, so
So that's tonight. So we did tarot cards, and next week we're doing the pentacles. Yeah, you and I can just keep on. Well, I'm on 40 milligrams of steroids right now, so I mean, there's a strong chance I could pick you up and toss you through the wall.
You probably got more testosterone than I do right
I know. I'm feeling so strong.
So guys, so next week, like I said, we're going to do the Pentacles next week, and then we have to do the Swords and the Wands, and then we're going to do 1 week of, well, actually on the end of the Wands is probably when I will end it with, I will do some card lays, and I will actually read some of you. I will probably, that's it. Don't worry, she will. Yeah. She will, Tina, she will sock it to me. But I will probably do some card lays for you guys, because the magnet on the last week is going to hook the camera up above, so it's looking down, so you can see us.
Oh, are you going to do the cross?
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited because I've never seen you do this.
Yes, so I'm going to actually do
Maybe you can read me on camera.
And put your business out there?
Maybe you won't ever do that.
Right, yeah, because I will get into your business.
I know you will, and we're not going to do that then.
Look, ask my girl Amy. She was smart. She said, she texted me. She says, "Oh, don't be putting my stuff up here. Yep. I will text you what I need to know." She knows, because she knows. My girl knows. Text me. Don't be put your stuff up online.
We ain't gonna do that.
All right, guys. So it is 9:30, and I've been having a long week because of all the things that are going on here in New Orleans with my work and with the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And everything has really I was at work. I had to be at work at 3:45 this morning.
Oh, jeez.
And I worked to 2:45 today, and then I came home and tried to lay down because I woke up at 1:10 in the morning, couldn't go back to sleep. So
that's when I turn on true crime, and it just lulls me right back.
I follow a guy on TikTok that's all he talks about is true crime.
You are really brushing up for this class.
Right, but he's all current true crime. So I get a lot of current case, like people are still in court for a lot of this stuff. It's not even finished. It's all alleged stuff, but it's all cases that are ongoing.
Who is this?
I'll share him with you.
Should we invite him on some night?
Well,
do you think he'd want to come on our show?
I don't know, but what I like about him is that all of the stories he does, he also does animation with them. But what I like about,
like a court artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. He has that real animation,
Okay,
I will show him to you.
It's getting late because the first thing that came to my mind was claymation.
No, but what I will show you, I'll show you who he is. But what I like about him is that he does them all in one take. So it's no part one, part two. So you get the whole story in one take.
I want him on the show sometime. And
so it's like,
I have questions.
You know how other people, when you go to their stuff, it's like you got like 4 parts.
Yep.
He's one part, one take.
He covers it. He said, I want him on the show now that we can invite people in.
Right. Okay.
Because
maybe
I've got questions.
We might not have a big enough audience for him yet. You know, our little 6 to 15 people may not be.
Hey, we're big on TikTok.
Yeah, we are. Well, we do have a lot of people watch our stuff on TikTok. We do. Yeah, we do. So, guys, like we said before we go. Like and follow us on TikTok. Tap that screen if you're on TikTok. If you go to YouTube to follow up on anything, please subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but it does open our channel. It sends our channel out to more viewers.
Yes.
So please subscribe to our channel. Like I said, when we finish, we have 3 more weeks of tarot. Then I'm going to go into symbology. And then God knows where we're going to go from there. We're going to probably go into some more intuitive training. So I figure that's someplace where we need to take.
And that's when we can invite the true crime guy in, because then we can talk to him about his intuitive reasoning.
I'm moving into this because we are taking a group to do some investigations. I'm actually taking a group to a cemetery, the oldest cemetery in New Orleans. So I'm trying to find the Sunday to do it. But I found the oldest cemetery in New Orleans.
Which one?
I'm not surprised.
Okay, I wonder if
I don't know what you do. You haven't been there yet.
I don't know.
It's you haven't been there yet.
Is it behind Delgado?
Oh no, Hope, no.
No, not Hope.
It's not even in New Orleans. It's outside of New Orleans. It's from the early 1800s.
I hate it when you make me guess things.
I know, but I'm taking everybody out there to go sense it, so I'm not giving you anything to go start looking up. I don't want you to start looking it up.
All right. Right.
I want you to be like our friend Jennifer. I want you to go out there
and
not know where you're going. I
know.
want you to sense it. So I'm taking you outside of New Orleans to go sense the area. I might even blindfold you like we do Jennifer. And take you. It's not even in New Orleans. It's outside New Orleans. I might blindfold you.
I don't know about that.
And take you out there blindfolded, and then unblindfold you and say, now walk in sense. So because if I tell you where it is, you're gonna start looking it up.
Mm-hmm. You know me.
I know you.
I know.
I don't want you to know where it's at.
Okay.
But it is one of the oldest cemeteries in this area, and the graves are back from the early 1800s, and so it's really, really cool. It's got a lot of history to it. Okay. So I want to see what you can get.
Okay.
We'll take a bunch of y'all out there.
I'll trust you. I'll use my sleepy mask.
I got to get the roster from the class and see if who else wants to go that took the class, if they want to go out there. And it's a cemetery that you can go to. It's not like it's blocked.
Not like St. Louis #1 where you have to like pay your fee to the church.
Right.
Like,
well, come on and hang out with us, Tina.
Yes.
We have fun.
We're a good time, actually.
We actually are. Because then we go off for martinis after at Desi's.
Yes. Those poor bartenders.
Yes, I know those poor bartenders. Really way. So, yes, we do have fun. So again, that I am trying to pick a date for that. Trying to get a few people on board for that. So, yes, that's going to be one of the next funny travel things that we're going to do. We're going to go out to this cemetery, and I'm going to take everybody out there and let them sense it and see if they can come up with the history. And we had a group that took a class with Jennifer and I last year in June, and so I want to try to get at least some of the people from that class, give them the opportunity to go out there and sense the cemetery. So we'll go during the day, and it's not overgrown. It's like a walkable.
Okay.
Leisurely.
Okay. Leisurely feel what we stroll as we stroll. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I trust you.
All right, folks. Okay. We love you.
Have a lovely
evening. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for joining us on Touching Eternity Podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick, with my wonderful sidekick, Miss Alicia Nicole. I love her to death.
Love you too, Bill.